All right. So now we're doing FreeCodeCamp Legacy Python for everybody, comparing and sorting tuples exercise. All right, so let's do it. Push pause real quick. All right, so it's going to be just like the last one, where let's let him get to the point, and then we're going to take over, and then we're going to go back to him. All right, so let's go. Did I push mute? Yes, I did at some point. All right, let's go again. Boom.
Hello and welcome to Python for Everybody. I'm Charles Severance, and now in this little bit of lesson we're going to talk about some tuples, and we're going to create a list of the most common words and find out how to sort a dictionary by the values instead of by the key. We're going to use the clown.txt file and the intro.txt file.
Yes.
And I'm going to start with the code from exercise 9 that I just did from chapter 9. It's not exactly one of the exercises, but it's very similar to them. And I'm going to make a copy, and I'm going to keep it in the same folder. I'm going to keep it in the EX09 folder and just call it EX10, because this code is going to do much of the same stuff, and it's going to read these same files. And so I've got myself exercise 10. Exercise 9 is still here. Exercise 10 is now what I'm editing, exercise 10. But I'm in the exercise 9 folder. So in exercise 9, we look for the most common word, but we want to find the 5 most common words, which is going to require.
So we don't need that part.
So I'm going to get rid of that code.
So let's do. So right now, let's push pause. So right now, we know basically what we're doing. We're trying to get the top 5 words. That one was the top 10 words, I think. So now we're going to change it to 5. So let's go ahead. No, wait, was that what that one was? Anyway, it doesn't matter. In our notes from the lesson, we actually did it that way. So let's do it like that. Let's come over here to VS Code. Okay, let's open this up first. And you can see we've got our exercise 9 with all the stuff we got. And you saw on the video just now, he deleted everything under this thing right here. So first things first, we're gonna save this as exercise 10 inside of exercise 9. That's a little sloppy in my opinion, but it's better. It's cool because you don't want to have the same files over and over and over again. That's also stupid, right? So we'll just put it in here just for sake of ease, maybe. Whatever. Let's save it as. What I'm saying is, no matter what, it's going to be sloppy unless we do some real effort to make it look more professional. And at this point, we're not there yet. Let's save this as EX10 so that we can change this up. And let's delete all this like we saw in the video. All right. Pardon me. So it's going to be just like we did in our notes. Okay, so let's get open the notes right now. So we're down here at the very bottom, right before the summary. We've got the even shorter version of print top 10 most common words. And then right before that, we've got print the top 10 most common words. So it's going to be pretty much exactly like this. So while we're at it, let's just bring this here so we can read them both at the same time. Okay, let's shorten this up by clicking the Explorer thing. Pardon me, get rid of that. You know what I mean. And let's do this. Let's get rid of the comment. Let's save it. Let's come over here, do a right click on the tab for the EX10, reveal in File Explorer, come over here to this little line and say CMD as usual. Enter. Let's press tab, 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 all right, until we get to EX10. Press home, then type in Python, space, enter. We just push enter, and we can see we've got this little histogram right here with the words in it and the amount of the words in it. All right, and so what we want to do is put this in an order based on the counts, right? So we want the to be first, we want car to be second, and we want either of these to be second, and then we want the twos to be third, fourth, fifth, fourth, fifth, and that's it. We just want 5. So that's what we're going to do. So let's use this data that we have so far, which is this little histogram, and let's do what we did in the notes, which was put the value in front of the key, sort it by these counts, then switch it back around to where the key is now in front, is still in front, or is in front again, let's say. and then get the top 5, get the first 5 in that list and print it out. All right, so let's do that. So first things first, let's go look at the notes because we already have this down. Okay, we already have the way to do it with 10, so we can just switch it to 5, right? No big deal. So let's say we've got the print counts. We already did that. Let's come down here and let's say the next thing. We want to, okay, we've got the little counts.get word +1. Okay, so here's where we are. We're going to create this list first. We'll say reversed underscore elements now equals the list constructor, right? So that's making us a new list. Let's say print reversed elements. Why not? Just to prove it. This is an educational video, so let's just go step by step. Let's save it, and then let's look over here at it in action. What? Where's the list? Oh, there's the list right there. Okay, cool. So we've got that right there. So there's the little list. Let's do it a little bit better by getting rid of that. And let's just have the list itself. There it is right there. All right, cool. Easier to see. So now we've got that. Let's do this next part. So we're going to do this for loop. Let's get rid of this print. We're going to do a for loop, and we'll say for key and value. All right, so let's go back over to this thing. Actually, look at that. Are we getting better at setting ourselves up or what? Looking slick right there. All right, so we can see here that we've got nothing in there, but we want to put this stuff in there. Okay, so for key and value, in, and we're going to have this being counts dot items. All right, and so we remember what counts look like. Let's do the print counts one more time, just so it's over here. Actually, counts looks like this. What's right here? Counts is this histogram, right? That's what it's this dictionary. And remember, dictionary and a histogram are when there's a count, and when there's this count set up inside of a dictionary, it's called a histogram. That's what a histogram is, right? If it's a dictionary and it's a different kind of thing, it's a different kind of thing. Like anyway, we'll get into all that later. So here's this. We've got for key value, and we know here's the key. This would be the key, right? And this is the value for counts.items. All right, and let's go look that up real quick. Right here, let's do counts. Let's do items method Python. Right? Remember, we've got this items method right here. When we say like, here's the item. I mean, here's the dictionary. We've got brand is Ford model. So we say, give us x equals car.items, and then print x. We can see it's going to give us this thing that we did in the notes with these tuples of the key and the value in it, right? So let's do that ourselves over here. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we'll say we've got the counts.items for key value and counts.items. What we're going to do is we will say new tuple. Remember, you can call these anything you want. You know, I just like these generic ones because they're very generic and easy. All right. We're going to make a new we're going to say the new tuple, and this is for each iteration. We're going to say new tuple. We're going to put it in reverse order by saying value, comma, key. Let's come over here and say print new tuple. All right. And also before that, let's say print key, comma, value. Let's print a tuple of key, comma, value. So let's say key, comma, value. And then after this one, let's also put a new line so that it's a little spaced out. Let's save this. Let's run it over here. All right, and you can see we've got what the tuple looked like before, which was the same as. Didn't we just run some tuples? Well, whatever. Oh, we saw it over here. That's what it was. We saw these tuples over here, so we know it's like that. But anyway, hold on a second. Sometimes I'm not the best at this game. Let's also do, before this for loop runs, let's say print counts.items like that as well. Let's save it, and then let's run this in this thing. This like in that order. Sure. All right, so let's run it like this. Let's clean the screen. What are we doing here? Where are we? Clean the screen. CLS. Boom. Let's run this. Okay. And we started off with the this is the items, the counts.items. We can see it has the tuples, right? So it does the first tuple, which is this one, and then it switches the order. And now what we're going to do is we're going to push these, we're going to append these right here into this right here, because we remember reverse items. Remember when we, did we do the list, print the list too? Anyway, remember when we printed the list, it was an empty list, right? When we printed this thing. So now we're going to put into this thing these things. Okay, so we're going to say reversed elements. That's not how you spell it. Elements. Dot append. And we're not going to put this in brackets either. We're going to say reversed elements dot append, and we're going to put the new tuple in there. New tuple. All right, let me get rid of these. All right, right there. And then let's print out reversed elements as it goes. All right, so let's say print reversed elements like that. And let's get rid of this stuff because we already know, we know what it looks like. It's going to look like this. And let's just get the reversed elements thing right now. We don't need to keep reassuring ourselves of things that we know. All right, so let's do a Control S, and then let's say up, enter, enter, and we can see each time it goes through. First, it puts the 7the, this thing right here. First, it puts this in the list, right? That's this thing right here, and then it puts the next thing, and then the next thing, and then all the way down, and keeps going until it's here. And outside of this, if we say outside the for loop, print reversed elements like this, and save it and run it, we can see that this just duplicates at the bottom because that's where it finishes. All right, so it's just doing the last one and then what it is, whatever. You get what I'm saying. All right, so we've got that. Let's get rid of this, and we know it's in reverse order. So now what we got to do is we need to sort this thing in order so that the 7 is first, and then we got the 3s and then the 2s, right? So let's come down here. Let's look at this thing, and we're going to do the sorted thing, right? So we remember in the notes that we did like sorted lists, and we say sorted reversed elements, comma, reverse equals true, right? But we can also look that up just in case we forget it later over here at W3 Schools also by just typing into Google sorted method Python, all right? Here it is right at W3 Schools. And then here's this sorted ourselves. Okay, we've got B, G, A, whatever. And now it's an A, B, C, D order, right? And then we can also do it like this. We can go down here to sort ascending. It's just normal style. Sort descending, we have reverse equals true. That's how we do a descending order. Now, it doesn't have any actual key value functions, but we do remember from our notes that where's our notes? From our notes that it will do only what's in this first element in the tuple, unless it's like the same, and then it'll go to the key. But if everything's different in the value, which it should, they're not all going to be different, but we're definitely going to have, it's definitely going to see that the 7's bigger than the 2's, and then that the 3's are bigger than the 2's also, right? So it's going to sort it, right? But hopefully you understand how the sort method works. I'm sure you do, honestly. So that's what we're going to do here, is we're going to add this sorted thing to it. All right, we're going to say sorted. We're going to say outside of this for loop, pardon me. We're going to say outside of this for loop, sorted list now equals sorted. All right, and we're going to put the reversed element that we just made, this thing right here, and we're going to say comma reverse equals true. All bunched up. Actually, let's try it not bunched up to see if we can still say it like this and it ignores white space. Let's see, because I just like typing it like that a little bit better. Should we, can we? I don't like that. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna do it like that. You see it. Anyway, let's save it and run it over here. And let's get rid, yeah, that's the, actually, let's say print sorted list. Print sorted list. All right, save that, run it over here. And you can see we got 7, 3, 3, 2, 2, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. So now we got to put the thes, we got to put the values back where the keys are. We got to do the flip flop once more. Let's do that again. Right now over here, we're going to look at this. Well, actually, we didn't do that over here, but what we're going to do is we're going to say something like this. We're just going to do the opposite. So let's come down here. Let's get rid of the print. Let's come down here and let's say for key value. We don't even need to do that. We can just take pretty much this. Actually, we could take the whole thing and just name it different stuff. So let's take this, let's highlight this, drop it like this. Let's call this reverted. So reverted back to normal. We're going to revert it back to normal. So reverted elements equals list, key value, reversed, let's put reversed elements dot items. No, it doesn't even need to be dot items because it's already in the list. Sorted list is already a list. So for key value and sorted list, okay, because we know the sorted list is going to be this list of tuples, we're going to say new tuple equals value, comma key. All right. For this, we're just going to do the flip flop yet again, and we're going to say reverted elements. We're going to change this to reverted elements dot append new tuple. No big deal. It can be the same thing. All right, because if we printed this out, it would give us exactly what happened when we printed this out. We don't need to go through that again. And new tuple, this is a local scope variable, so we can just use the same thing in a different one because this new tuple is this one dot new tuple and this one is this. You know how that works. All right, so let's come over here and let's print reverted elements. Print reverted elements. Okay, let's print that out. Let's save it. Let's come over here. Let's do a clean screen. Then let's run it. And we can see we've got the 7, car, 3, and so everything's in the order we want it to be in instead of the 7 first and the 3 first. All right, so you get it. So now that we've got that, we just need this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. If that was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need those 5. So let's not just print reverted elements. Let's do the split. Let's do the slice thing. And remember, when we do slice in Python, and I'm only showing you this because I totally said something dot slice. Let's do a Python slice method. All right. We just do the bracket notation, right? We don't actually say dot slice. You know, we just do bracket notation. We say like slice 2, but in this case, what we're going to do is slice the first 5 off. So we'll say reverted elements, and then we'll have the brackets, and then we'll have the colon, and we'll say 5 because it won't do 5. It'll do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 of that thing. So let's come over here. Actually, also let's put this inside the print statement. How about that? All right. Let's save it. Let's come over here to the thing right there, the command line. Let's run it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks fantastic. Let's see if the expert did it different than we just did.
Manually looped through it and found the maximum. And so I'm going to just run this. CD desktop Python for everybody ex09. And if I do an ls, you see that I've got ex09.py, intro.txt. So I'll run Python 3, ex10.py, and run the clown data, and we see the dictionary, and it's properly making it in this code right here. That doesn't change. It reads the file, reads all the lines, goes through and splits it into words, and then goes through the words and does the idiom of using dictionary get to maintain the counters, and we print it out at the very end. So the new code we're going to write is down here.
Yes. Okay? We did that.
So let's first do a few things. If I can say x is equal to the dictionary dot items, and this gives us basically a list, print x. This gives us a list of the key value pairs. This prints out the dictionary, but if we do it this way and use items, it gives us the key value pairs. Okay, and so that's what we got.
Yeah, we did that.
Key value pairs. Now, we can sort this based on the value, because tuples can be compared.
That too, right?
This can be compared with this, and because D is lower than R, then this one is lower. This ran tuple comes after the down tuple. So we can sort this whole thing. And I'll do this by just putting the word sorted here and say, give me a sorted version of that. Now it's going to do it based on the order of the tuples. This is going to be higher precedence than this. So if I print it this way, run it again, you'll see that it's sorted. And now is after and car, it's in alphabetical order by key. Yes. And so we could actually print the first 5 up to but not including 5 by adding a list on the slice, a list slice here. And so that will show you only the first 5, right? Except that that's not what we're trying to do. We really want to sort by this.
Also true.
Okay? So, we have this mechanism that can take a list and sort it based on the tuple.
I think it's good. I think it's good to do it ourselves and then watch him do it his completely backwards way. but you know, we know that he's going to get it right just like we did, but he's doing it literally. That's the last step that we did. He's literally doing it the incredibly backwards way from what we did, but we're both going to get to the same outcome. Let's watch.
Couple values. If we could create a list where it was 1 comma after instead of after comma 1 and make it the exact same thing, then we could actually then sort it and it would be fine. Okay? So let me show you a couple of ways, at least one way to do that. Okay?
At least. Well, we saw 2. This is a big video, right?
We're going to hand construct a list. And just call it temp equals, give me a new list. Temp equals new list. And then for k comma v in the dictionary.items. And I'll just start by printing k comma v. So we see, and this is where it's really nice to do these with the clown code first and then only do your test on the bigger file later. And so it's pretty much the same thing. We are going through in key value order, which is dictionary order, which is not sorted at all. Okay. Now, instead of printing this out, we are going to let me do this in a couple of steps. Make a new tuple, and I'll just call it newt equals parenthesis.
I hate that.
V comma k.
I hate that.
Okay. So this is, I'm saying make a new tuple. This is like a new tuple with 2 items in it. And I'm going to make the value and the key. Okay, so then I'm going to say temp.append newt, new tuple.
Ooh,
So I'm going to end up with a list of tuples. Let me comment this one out, and I'm going to then, when I'm done here, I'm going to print temp. So if I run clown.txt, you see what happens in temp. It's still, well, let's print temp twice.
Sure.
I mean, it's not sorted, it's flipped. Let's print it. Well, that's okay. That's the flipped one. Okay, so it's flipped. And all we did is we made it, instead of car comma 3, it's 3 comma car. But now we have a list. Okay? So now it's flipped. And now we can sort that. We can say temp equals sorted temp. So that says takes temp and sort it and give it back to me. And now I'm going to say print sorted comma temp. Okay, so here's the first print. When we flipped it, we've got 210, but it's not sorted at all. But after we sorted it, it's sorted by tuple, and the lowest is 1 after. So you'll notice that 1 is the same as 1, so it checked the second item in the tuple. So down comes before after. Fell becomes after down. Intro on alphabetical order. But now we get the 2s. So that all the 1s sort there, and then the 2s come here. But then within the 2s, it's sorted in alphabetical order, because like a string, if the first character matches, then it looks to the second character.
Oh, yeah,
and then we see, oh, here we go.
Let's go look at ours again. Let's go look at it. Where are we? Yeah. So that's why the tent is in front of ran on this one, and car is in front of and. It was because when we was in the other order, car was bigger, and we're doing it descending. Okay. So that's what's going on. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but anyway, let's keep going with. That's why we're watching the video, right? So we can get another viewpoint, and we can get the proper view, because this guy's been doing this since he was since before I was born. I guarantee you that much.
3s, and then the one we actually wanted, the highest one, is the 7. And so one of the things we can do is we can say, you'll notice that we want the highest one, not the lowest one.
True.
So we can just tell this with this parameter, reverse equals true. And we just say, hey, sort it.
There we go.
Backwards. Do it from highest to lowest rather than lowest to highest. And now our sorted one says 7,
just like ours,
etc. Okay? And so if we want the first 5, we can say,
what can we say?
Up to
what?
5.
Just like
this
us.
Is now the top 5. So the sorted one that's the top 5. If it's a tie, we're going to go in reverse alphabetical order, but let's not worry about that too much
there
for
we
now.
go.
So it makes a flipped list, then it sorts the flipped list. Now,
is there
if I just wanted to print it out nicer, I could loop through this new list. I could say for v comma k. Remember, this is a flipped list, so the sensible thing is what's coming out. Coming out of this list, each tuple is value comma key in temp, and I'm only going to go up through, but not including 5. So the first 5, and so I'm pulling them back out as value key, because that's what they are. They're
yeah.
See, value key,
we flipped
key,
it.
Value key. So V is going to go through these, and K is going to go through these, and then I'm just going to print K comma V. So this is kind of my flipping backwards, because I want to see them this way.
I guess that makes
and thus the most common one, car 3.
What does ours do?
Just going through this up to the.
What does ours do? Let's come back over here and check out ours. Oh, it only does the list. So let's print that out. So let's add that part. Okay, actually, we don't even need to do this. We could just literally not do this, not even put it in a new list, right? Let's just get rid of the list. Let's get, excuse me? Let's get rid of this. Let's come over here for key value and sorted list. we could just print. We can look. We just reverse this. Watch this. Print value key, and then the rest of this can just say see ya. Save it, and let's run it again. Oh, we already had it open. Let's run it again. Ha! Oh no! Back right on up, right on to what we didn't even somehow we forgot to add this stuff. Sorted list equals this. Let's call it 5 list. Short list. Let's call it that. Short list equals sorted list. Let's do 5 like thus. Yeah. Let's print out. Let's actually let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And let's print this. Print short list. All right. Save it. Let's come over here. Run it. Oh, we already had it open. I keep forgetting. Run it. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is no good because there's no reverted elements. True. All right. Save it. Also, let's just get rid of the for loop while we're chilling. We can always do a control Z to get that stuff back. Let's make it not hit a trace back. There we go. How about that? 5. Boom. Just like we wanted. All right. Now let's just press Control Z. Control Z. Let's turn this into short. Let's get short list here. Copy that. And then let's do the print value comma key. Thusly, yeah, it would make sense, but I like it like this because we're going to be reversing. All right. Anyway, it's all up to what you want, but we know that the short list is going to give us this tuple list. So this is the key at this moment. It's the key and this is the value. I don't want to just say, oh, it was the value key, or have to think an extra thought. Why think an extra thought when we can just go straight across, literally. Let's say Control S to save it. Let's run this thing one more time. Let's do a clean screen. Run the thing thusly. And then we got that. Let's get rid of the print short list. And this is probably what we're going to see in the video looking just like that. Awesome. Let's go over to the video. And
the 5th one and then printing them out. Okay. So let me comment this out.
Sure.
Let me comment that out.
Don't even need it.
Let me just delete this. So we have a dictionary. Let me comment out the dictionary. We have a dictionary. We make a list, and we make these reversed tuples where we have the value first and the key second. We're setting it up so the sort's going to work. And then once it's sorted, we have to flip them back. So we flip them for sorting from key value to value key for sorting. We do the sort, then we flip them back with key value and print them out. And it works fine. So let's try our big file, intro.txt.
Well, of course it's going to work with the big one.
And there you go. Those are the 5 most common words in.
All right. Anyway, let's back up.
You can print them
right
out
here, and let's look at this compared to what we got. Let's make this size. Okay, so we've got this, and now here we go. So we've got this right here, which is the same thing as his temp key value. Blah blah. New tuple equals this. Reverse element dot append new tuple. Okay. Sorted list equals sorted. That's what this is. Short list equals this, but we could have just done it in here. We could have just did this part in here. So let's add that. Remember that guy. This guy. Even though I don't like his policies, his politics or his policies. Whoa. Whoa. Short list. Oh, in sorted list. Duh. All right. Even though I don't like the way he thinks, oh, I don't like some of the stuff he does, he is still better than us at this stuff. So we've got this. That looks pretty much exactly like what he did. And I like it better, so we're going to keep this. And we can actually read this. We actually know what's going on instead of W's and K's if we didn't know. So there we go. Let's run the rest of the video. Actually, let's run this in this thing. Let's save it. Run it here. And there we go. Yeah. So let's go let's go watch the rest.
And it works fine. So
there
let's
we
try
go.
our big file, intro.txt.
We could have done
And
that.
there you go. Those are the 5 most common
Actually,
words.
we could do that. Watch. We should do that. Let's go to this thing. Run it. Intro. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Intro.txt. Enter. And yes, it looks just like that.
Words in intro.txt. So you might ask yourself, why did we use tuples? We could have really used lists for this, but tuples are more efficient than lists, and you notice that we weren't going to modify. We did modify the temp list. It's a list of tuples, but the tuples within the list we weren't going to modify. And so we tend not to make lists if we can get away with using tuples. And so that's why we made this this flipped tuple thing. Okay? So I hope that was useful to you.
It was very useful. All right, and there's that. That's the end of that. All right, so let's go back over to the thing. Actually, yeah, so that was saved. We already saved it. Let's come back over here, and let's finish this up, which does the same thing as the following code. All right, so I'm sure it's this one because that one looks just like the one we did. And we've got a reverse equals true. And we've got this thing in the notes, the print sorted blah, blah, blah. So it would probably be this one. It would probably be A, but let's go through the thing anyway. So we've got list equals an empty array, or an empty list, I should say, for key value in counts.items. So there's going to be like some tuples in there. New tuple equals value.key. So we're flip-flopping it. And then we say list.append new tuple. So now we've got the list is going to have the flip-flopped tuple in there. And then we've got list equals sorted list, and then we're going to reverse it. We're going to reverse the order of the reverse tuples, okay? And then we're going to print the list. So it's going to be this, and we're going to reverse it. So yes, it's going to be this first one. Let's do it. Because of this secret thing. I don't remember what the thing does. I know it does this. This does this for YK. Wait, no, pardon me. So yeah, whatever we say in the for loop, we're going to have in a tuple in front of that the opposite in counts.items, and it's going to know to do all this. All right. So this right here knows to do this. All right. And that's basically all you can say about this. This is just a shorthand of this that Python has inside of it. Check the answer. And it did work. And submit it. All right. So now we're on to the next chapter with regular expressions. Oh, regular expressions are always completely different than what we were just learning. And we'll see you next time. Maybe honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's different with Python, but it's going to be different. If it's like JavaScript, it's going to be, you've already done this. Let's go. And next time. See you next time.